So the latest community traders report out of the CFTC, in this case released on Friday, positions are as of last Tuesday, which is when we had that big election volatility. So who exactly are the big winners? Generally speaking, when it comes to financial markets, the greenback was in retreat. We did have equities finishing higher and yields retracing a little bit off the highs. So when we take a look right now when it comes to the FX majors, you can see that when it comes to the euro, it didn't really have to outperform in the FX market in order to beat a battered greenback. And in this case, although they were positioned correctly, they're in a heavy buy, 75%. They did back off a little bit, increasing shorts, reducing longs in the euro, but overall beneficiaries. And when it comes to the poundo, not necessarily. They continue to hold a majority short bias. They reduce their longs, increase shorts, and in this case, they're anticipating. So far, there's been no Brexit breakthrough, but they're anticipating some sort of downward side bias when it comes to the pound. Obviously, hasn't worked in their favor given the fact that the pound managed to finish the week higher. When it comes to safe haven, this is where they managed to get it right, and that's because they increased yen longs, reduced shorts. Overall, that bias is up to a heavy 69% in extreme buy territory for the franc, both relatively outperforming. In that case, both big beneficiaries when it comes to both. And when it comes to commodity currencies, this is one where they didn't quite get it right for the Australian dollar. In this case, after the RBA's announcement where they reduced rates down to 0.1%, announced a 100 billion Australian dollar bond purchasing program, you can see in this case they actually shift their bias from a previous majority long to a now slight majority short. They remain short CAD and they remain majority long when it comes to the New Zealand dollar. Now they're out of extreme buy bias when it comes to oil. Retail traders, by the way, continuing to hold a majority long bias. Oil not necessarily outperforming last week, retracing a little bit off the highs. And when it comes to precious metals, this is where they managed to get it right, holding an extreme buy bias. I should say continuing to hold an extreme buy bias when it comes to gold, holding a heavier buy bias when it comes to silver, and of course when it comes to platinum and palladium, in this case majority buy bias. Palladium, by the way, registering double-digit percentage gains. So clear beneficiaries when it comes to all four, especially so when it comes to gold, given that's where they're holding the heaviest bias. Lastly, when it comes to indices, in this case, they remain 50-50 when it comes to the tech-heavy NASDAQ, just as it's on the verge of making a fresh record high. And when it comes to the Dow, they actually shifted to majority short, opposite the price gains that we witnessed thereafter, but they remain majority long in both S&P and Russell.